welcome back to Hear Me Out. I am your beautiful host, Shamisa, and today I am joined by the amazing Tiyamike. I know I said I was going to say Sharon, but Tiyamike came out, but I call you Sharon. But,
Lord.
but it's fine. It's fine. Hi, Sharon. How are you doing today?
I'm doing well. It's been a very cold day in Paris, but I think it's okay. Like it's getting closer to spring now.
Yeah,
But for me
yeah,
it's still cold.
yeah. I
But
get you.
yeah, as a person, I think I'm in a good space,
Mm-hmm.
finding my rhythm and just going through the ebbs and flows of life.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. I'm glad you're
Yeah.
doing
How are
good.
you?
How am I? I'm doing all right. Thank you for asking. I'm doing good. Just being focused, like what we talked about before we kind of got into this, just doing uni stuff,
Mm-hmm.
trying to get people
Mm-hmm.
on to shine your light. Like I was watching a YouTube, while I was waiting for you, I ate dinner. So I was like really happy. You're eating right now, but I managed to eat like before and I was like, yay, I got to eat dinner, so I won't be hungry while we're recording. And I just had a chill day. Like I've been good. I've been really good. So thank you for asking.
Good.
So a question that I ask people all the time is how did we meet? So would you like to tell the story of how we met and how that brought about this relationship and all that stuff? So the floor is yours.
Wow. And I love that question because is it 2 or 3 days ago I was talking to Maka and I was like,
Really?
oh my gosh, the Zumbira sisters are like my friends. I don't care. Those girls are my sisters, right? But I guess this to answer your question, we met through Instagram, I think, because you wanted to get something made. So we met
No, that's not how
in the
we met.
business space. You wanted a dress done, and I have a brand, and that's how we started talking. Confirm. That's how we met.
No, that's how I think that's how you met Maka or something. But how we met is
That's how I met Maka.
that's how you met Maka, not me. You came to
I
our
met you at your
house.
house.
You met me at my house. Do you remember now?
Yes, yes,
And
yes,
I
I
asked you for
remember.
measurements because I was like, hi, can you just measure me to see like what my body type is? And all that
I
stuff.
remember, yes. Mm. And at the time, you were renovating your kitchen,
Yeah.
and then we started talking about, your interior interest, blah, 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 blah. That's
Yeah.
how we met. Hey,
Yep.
Charlie, I'm sorry. Oh.
No, it's fine. It's fine. Don't worry about it. That's the first time someone actually got it wrong and I got to correct them. Because usually people are like, I know how we met. And I thought you were gonna get this right because I was like, we met in our living room and all that stuff. And then we started talking about like getting something else done for my birthday. But then COVID hit. It was before COVID. So it was before, I
It
think
was
it was around January, February, March, around there.
2019. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
So
mm-hmm.
yeah, if it was for Marcus Form for Dance, that's how you came into my life because you my sister Marga, I have another sister Marga. So she was getting a dance dress made by Sharon. So and then Sharon came to our
Precisely.
house for Marga to try the dress on. And then I also started asking her questions about my body. And like
Yeah.
yeah, so I was like, please, can you? I think I would need you again because my body has changed, girl. My body has changed.
Which is natural
It's very
and normal.
natural. It's
Mm-hmm.
normal. I don't know how I feel about it. I'm trying to lose weight if I'm being honest, because I was like, I'm a bit like I'm not the weight that I want to be at, and I'm trying to lose like a couple of kgs, you know.
Of
But
course.
like trying to be healthy, but in a healthy way as well. I'm not gonna like
Yeah, I think what matters is as
yeah,
long as you're healthy and you feel healthy and you feel happy, that's all that matters.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, so just like with I think when I met you, like in terms of my body image, at first I was like, I don't know what type of body I have, and and then when I knew like I had this new sense of confidence. So like how do you like enable people to have that new sense of confidence like within their body? Because the way you did it with me, it was just very like natural. Like we went through a whole process. Like, are you still doing that with your business? Like, are you still making clothes for people the way that you used to when I met you, or has that changed like with your business?
I would say the word for it is that it's evolved, but then at our core as a brand, which is what I'm assuming you're asking
Yeah.
about, the goal is, when it comes to women, is that we leave them feeling the best way possible about
Mhm.
themselves, not
Mhm.
only about what they're wearing, but also who they are as individuals. So that's the hard work, and then, who they are on the outside. So I think when it comes to body shape, I know it's a very sensitive topic.
Mhm.
And, at the end of the day, we can talk about diets, we can talk about looking a certain way. But I
Yeah.
think it comes down to you as an individual. How do you feel, first of all? Who do you want to show up as? Are you
Mhm.
healthy? Do you look healthy? Are you feeling healthy? Are you eating well? Is your mind healthy? Is your body healthy? That's where we start. So as a brand, it's not so much, oh my gosh, you should be this body type. It's okay, what's the best possible way you can look, after following a healthy diet and consistently taking care of yourself. So even as we design, we're not just designing for, oh, the ideal body shape, I quote, whatever that
Mhm.
looks like. It's more so, okay, the women we're serving, what are their needs? What do they want to look like? What do they not want to show when they dress out for a day in the office or at work? And then we start from there. So
Yeah.
I hope that people do feel confident in the clothes we make for them, because you have to show up as the best version of yourself. And it does start with, it's an inner work, but it also shows in the way you show yourself in the world. So yeah, we still try to apply that, but obviously it's no longer a customized experience, because as a
Yeah.
business we're evolving. And
Mhm.
for us to sustainably and long term serve more women, we will need to grow our team significantly to be able to offer the custom service, of which right now we don't have capacity for it. But we try to do that in the small affirmation cards, and the way we design our clothes, the
Mhm.
silhouettes we pick, the pattern making, and that sort of thing.
Yeah. Do you
Yeah.
still have that other business that you make with the cards? Like, do you still have?
We infused it into the fashion, into the clothing.
Because I
So
was
now
looking
you
for it
just
on
get the card.
Instagram. Oh,
Yeah,
okay. Because she made you.
yeah.
You guys made these beautiful Finding Freedom cards. I don't have them, and I don't know where mine is. But these beautiful Finding Freedom cards from all the people that were part of like
I
spoken word.
remember.
Yeah, and they were so pretty, and everyone
Thank
loved them.
you.
Like they were so
Thank you.
amazing. Like you did an amazing job with them. Like it went with
Thank
my mood, it went with the colors, like love them. So I was just
thank
wondering like where did it go? Because they were so beautiful. But like um what you do is just so amazing because I don't think I've seen like a brand so intentional as you are, like with the cards, with what you do for your clients, with what you want them to show or don't show. Like it really shows what other aspects of your lives like should matter, because as women we're always taught like, okay, this and that about your body, or this, or if you see yourself gaining weight at a certain point, like try to lose it quickly so that you can seem like a nice shape, or like if you're not this,
you.
you can't be liked or like this. So I really
Yeah.
love the fact that you like instill confidence in other women. And
Oh, bless.
would you ever like do men's like attire? Do you ever think you're bored into like borderline going to that type?
Do you know the funny thing is, I do think that my biggest support base is actually the men. And they're
Really?
always like, oh my gosh, so when are you making the men stuff? So we've started making custom pieces for men only as per request. In terms of a full on line, I need to do more research, and I'm one of those people where I'm not gonna start a brand or an idea just because 10 people have asked for it. I
Yeah.
need a significant amount of requests to then
Mm,
invest in that, new product line. But I think in the coming year, we definitely are gonna branch out into menswear.
okay.
And it's exciting, but men are also very so I'm like, what do men want? What do they want to feel?
Exactly. Like, what do men wear though? Those guys just wear
Literally,
shirts and trousers, and like maybe they have shorts
literally.
and
And
maybe a
like, I
skirt.
know it's hard because I'm like, I know what I want my man to look like, but I,
Yeah.
I don't know what the rest of them want to look like. I'm
Yeah.
not just gonna make like linen shirts.
Yeah.
What if that's not what's gonna sell? So I need to do market research, get back to the drawing board. And I believe in processes. I don't believe in, oh my gosh, I'm just gonna go on Pinterest and like remake it. I need to then go back to the mood board, to the sketching, to the every single thing matters. So like you said,
Mm.
intentionality is at the heart of our creative process. So menswear will be coming soon, because the guys have requested, and I think it's time to grant them the wish.
Definitely. I think
Yeah.
that would be like interesting with how you decide to take it, because like men
Yeah.
also have different body types. Like they all like
Mm,
not all men
mm,
are both the same. So it'll be
mm.
interesting to see how you incorporate like what you do for the women, and then to see like what you do for the men as well. Like it'll just,
Precise.
yeah, it'll just be very interesting. So like
Yeah.
recently, not even recently, like last week you moved to Paris. Was it last week? Like,
Okay, well, it's now I'm entering my third week.
yeah, it's your third week. Okay, sorry.
Yeah. Oh, you're good.
Well, why did you move from Zim to Paris?
Hmm.
Like, I wouldn't even say that. I was like, wait, what? I was like, wait, you're closer to me though. You're closer to me now, so I can like we can collab. Like, I want to do a conference next year, and I'm just like, everyone that I possibly can have be close to me, be in the UK, please. So like
Okay.
what made you move all the way here? Like why did you leave them? Like what?
I know. I know. I mean,
What?
yeah, babe. We're here. To be fair, I've always had this it's almost like a spiritual connection with France. That's where I did my undergrad 4 years ago. And at the time, I didn't come to France because, oh, it was the fashion capital. You know, when you feel called to a place, you're like, okay, I don't know why. Because, I mean, I'm not a native French speaker. And at the time, I didn't know anyone in France. Like, none of my family, was in the country. But I just felt like I had to be there. And it made sense when I got here. So
Mm.
now, fast forward 4 years later, after, I graduated, I felt like I hadn't finished, my mission in France. So I'm back. I mean, to answer your question in like normal, simple English terms, I'm back here to just evolve the brand, to grow the business, and to grow as
Mm.
a human being as well. So I'm doing an incubation for fashion startups. It's a fashion academy here in Paris, but at the same time, relaunching the brand in Europe because I want to be able to serve the African diaspora, and I think France is the perfect place to do that. Yeah,
Um, that's amazing. So like
yeah.
will you still be like shipping off stuff to Zim
Does that
or
Yes, so we're in conversations with people that can help us make that happen and formalize it. But as for now, like for the Zimbabwean market, we have the stock. We sell through Kalisa and Co. And we also have the Ginger Tree shops. I mean, obviously it's the same family of stores, but that's how we're servicing the Zimbabwean women. However, in the future, since France will be where we'll be primarily designing from, we're gonna have to find a way to ship to Zim because obviously that's the brand is Zimbabwean at its core. So
yeah.
priority will always be the Zimbabwean woman, and that's
Mm.
definitely I think before the summer. Well, Zim is entering winter, so before the Zimbabwean summer, I would have created a pathway to shipping to Zim.
Okay. But
Yeah.
obviously, like for people like me that are like in the UK, like
Sorry, Shami, pause. Let me just, I don't know if you can cut this out of the interview. Mm. For the people, so you see, as you just rightfully mentioned, for the people in the UK, shipping from France would be so much easier. And I think in the past few years, I've had to like ask people that are traveling to the UK and be like, oh my gosh, such and such a person ordered a shirt, please go with it. And it's a very informal way of shipping. So I think in being based in France makes it so much easier because shipping to you
is
is like it's
available.
not going to take months. It will take a couple of days, much cheaper, and it's a very I'm in control of that process as
Mm.
opposed to from Zim. So I'm super excited about it. You've got the African diaspora, you've got guys in the UK and Netherlands, you've got even Australia. Like it's not going to be as hard from France as
Mm.
compared to Zim.
Definitely.
So I'm really, really excited and yeah, excited to explore that.
Yeah, that's exciting. I think even with me, like what like I'm trying to like monetize now with Shania Light. Like I think hopefully by
Yeah.
the end of the year, like we're gonna have journals and hoodies, all of these
Hmm.
amazing things for Shania Light.
We
And
should, yeah.
like it's very exciting when you're able like the accessibility that you can't have like in Zimbabwe, because in my head I was like, is she leaving Zim because she doesn't want to be in Zim because Zim is Zim, like Is that where
Well,
she's leaving?
nah, Zim is home. Like, there's no place like Zimbabwe, you know. Like, even
Mm,
whilst I'm here and like I'm grateful for the, you know, lifestyle that one can have here, there's honestly no place like Zimbabwe. And it's
true.
in the simple things like the sunshine, you know, the
Yeah,
feeling of just being at home when you're downtown, the fruits that are always in season, bro. Like, oh, I can't. You can't replace that. You cannot replace that.
definitely. The
It is a
freshest,
tough
the fresh
right now.
mangoes, things that don't have like too many GMOs and all that stuff.
Tell me about
Like
it, baby. And the
it's
avocados that are big enough, you know?
that are like
You
I
know?
don't like avos though, but I get what you mean.
Okay, you're canceled.
I haven't even started to shine yet.
Ma'am, that
No, the
elbow smash is slimy.
texture, the texture, and they're
Is perfect.
slimy. And
Not
then
even slimy. Bananas are slimy, but they be healthy.
no, bananas are nice. Avocados.
Okay, you know what? We'll have to revisit this conversation of the books because I cannot. I cannot.
I'm sorry.
However, what I will say though, Shami, on the Zimbabwe thing, I mean, we can sit here at Kumbaya and, you know, make it seem like it's the most glamorous place in the world. It is not right now, and we have to be
Yeah.
honest about it. This is what I tell a lot of young people, people within my age group or even like younger. And, you know, we have to admit that it's a country that's very difficult to be in right now
Mm,
for obvious reasons. And I think on an individual level, you need to decide for yourself the kind of life that you want and
yeah.
ask yourself if, you know, the environment you're in is allowing you to get to that place. So for
Mm,
me, I won't deny that there's a time when Zimbabwe was a bit difficult for me to operate, not because it's a difficult country, but with where I wanted to be, I felt like I was not making enough progress. And that's why I also moved because I was like,
mm,
look, you know, you've got goals that you set for yourself, you know, personal goals and, you know, career goals, and it was just not making sense. However, there is a group of people that are making it work in Zim. So I think it's about figuring it out for yourself and be like, okay, what do I want? Where am I called to be? Does this make sense for me right now? And if it
mm,
doesn't, what are the steps I should take? You know?
yeah,
So that's also needed.
definitely. Um,
Mm-hmm.
especially like when you're young, like what you said, like I don't know if I think like our parents that are matured in it, in the
Mm-hmm.
craziness of what Zim is, like
Yeah.
they've gotten used to that. They have like a thicker layer of skin. But for us, like the generation after them, like do we
Mm-hmm.
want to like continue in that cycle? Or do we want to like go somewhere else and then at a later stage we come back? Because I don't see myself unless I get married like tomorrow. Like I don't see myself going back like
I heard you, baby.
going back to Zoom anytime soon. But I
Mm-hmm.
would like to like see myself grow there. Like I would like to see myself like build there. But then there's just certain things that I don't have access to in Zoom that are like easier, like in the UK. But then I don't know when I'll go back. Like the only
Yeah.
I'll go back is there for marriage. And I'm just like,
Tell me about it.
no
Yeah.
one has courted me
Yeah.
yet. I'm just like, I'm the UK until
Mm.
until life.
I'm with you.
Yeah. Um, so the next question that I have for you is, oh wait, the other question that one, why did you start your brand? Like what made you start it? I actually don't know the story. So like what made you start the brand? What's the story behind it?
Okay. I was asked this question 4 weeks ago before I left Sim
Mm,
when I had an interview with the amazing Farai from Untold Stories Zimbabwe.
yes, I
And
saw that
I
interview.
realized that I struggled to answer this question because it's multi-layered. Like I don't think I woke up and decided, boom, I'm starting the brand.
Mm,
What actually happened is the name of the brand is Tiyamike Sharon, right?
mm,
In my notes, I think back when I was still in college or high school, end of high school, I saved the name of the brand in my notes and I was like, it's going to be the Tiyamike brand or group of companies or something like that. We're
mm,
going to do this, social impact, beautiful clothing, help this, da, 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 da. And at the time, I didn't really, really want to start a fashion brand. I was just like somewhere in between. And then fast forward to 2019, which is when the brand was born. What happened was I went back home straight after graduation and I knew that I couldn't find spaces that could there were not enough spaces that spoke to people like me. So creatives that want to have social impact, but also align themselves with God's purposes. And I
Yeah.
was like, well, I'm going to start with a brand, a fashion brand that is not just
Mm.
about clothing, but it's going to be about women, empowering them, talk about purpose, preserving culture. We're going to make being African like relevant and modern.
Yeah.
And there was a combination of things. I was like, even the clothing that I'm seeing around, it doesn't speak to me as a young Black Zimbabwean, ne?
Mm.
And when people speak about African fashion, it's African print all the time, which is beautiful, but I don't know if I relate to it the way other countries do, like Nigeria or Ghana. So it
Mm.
was a combination of factors where I was then like, okay, now I have all these ideas and the seeds have been planted in me, the blueprint is within me. What am I going to do about it? So
Yeah.
I remember it was at midnight, like around, like just before midnight, actually. I went on Illustrator, Adobe Illustrator, and I created a logo. I was like, Tiyamike Piri, TP, that's going to be catchy, right? And went on, created the logo. Then around like midnight, went on Instagram, started the Instagram page, and I think I posted like a picture of the logo or fabric or something like that. And I was like, yeah, we're open for business. And that's how I started. I was like, I just want to serve women with like beautiful clothes that speak to the essence of their souls. Like,
Mm.
and to me, it was such a simple thing. And I was like, fashion is such a powerful tool for change, socially, politically, and even spiritually, in fact, very much so. So I want to be involved in that narrative that is shaping women. Because when you look at the way the world works, a lot of decisions are made in fashion. A lot of decisions
Mm.
start from the creative spaces or are pushed by creative forces. And so I was like, nah, I want to sit at that table. And we're
Yeah.
going to start with Tiyamike Harare. So that's how we started.
Now you're gonna be Tiyamike France.
Come through. Made
France
in
already
Zimbabwe,
going global.
but designed in Paris. Come
Yeah,
on.
that sounds so much fancier than designed in Zimbabwe. No offense, I love my Zim. Like, but when you're like Paris, France, Fashion Week,
Hello.
all of these things, and I'm just like,
Mm.
wait. So if I wanted something like designed by you, like a dress, would you still be able to do it, or are you not doing that at all?
So that's the thing. I might as well say it now. I want to separate the two, the custom made stuff and the ready to wear stuff. But the custom made stuff will be falling under a different brand, which is not Tiyamike Piri.
Okay,
It's
okay.
something that's being worked on, and all I can say for now is that
Thank
it is
God.
happening. But it's gonna be beautiful. We're gonna have new hands on the team, like very skilled hands that are gonna take over the production side. But yeah, it's gonna happen, and I will definitely let you know. But yeah, we're coming back with custom orders now, and it's gonna be amazing.
Maybe you'll make my graduation outfit. I don't know. Maybe,
Mm,
maybe.
of course, for you
Like,
it's gonna be so much easier because you're close.
I don't know how to measure myself. My mom knows how to. My mom, will my mom be around? Yeah, my mom is actually gonna love this. My mom is gonna love this because I remember last year she was looking for you, and you're like, you're not doing it. She was like, why is she not doing them?
I love you,
It's fine.
mom. I actually need to save her number again and be like, "Hi, mother, I'm still here," because I have her number and I used to like see her statuses. So now I need to just remind her that I changed numbers.
But she also changed number because she went back to South Africa.
Oh,
Yeah,
mm.
don't worry, I'll send it to you. I'll send it to you.
Please do.
Yeah. But yay, that's exciting because I was like, Lord, I have so many plans for so many things, and you are one person that um you and Vanessa, like Vanessa Wooda, like if you guys don't know who that is, she made my Finding Freedom dress, and I was like beautifully in white and like all of these
Amen.
things. Like I have the
Amen.
outfits, I even have my yellow outfit from Beauty for Ashes. Like now I'm gonna be graduating and all these things, and we're gonna do another spoken word night at some point. But like just the outfits and what they reminded me of, the clothes, the confidence, and all of these things, like it's just so amazing. But like
Mm.
outside of like TMKP, outside of all those things that you do, like who are you? Like what other things do you want to be doing? What other things do you love to do? Yeah.
This is a packed question. So who am I and what do I love to do
Yes. Who
outside
are
of
you and what do
fashion?
you love to do?
Outside of fashion, whoa. um, I'm a very I I love that God is creative and that the first time I meet him in the word, he's presented as a creative God. And
Mm,
I've always identified with that because whilst fashion is my primary means of service and
mm,
creativity on this earth, I am a creator as a person, as a human being. So I'm living life as an artist, right? So obviously a lot of the things I love are within the artistic domain. So currently I'm enjoying cooking again. I love, having people over, cooking for them, experimenting with recipes, which is obviously a creative thing. I love walking through old libraries and bookshops and just browsing for books. Currently obsessed with Maya Angelou, who I recently discovered. Well, I mean, I've always known about her, but
yeah,
I wanted to read her when the hype was, a little bit,
yeah.
yeah. I love letters. So I carried I'll show you a box of letters from, I think the oldest letter I have in there is from 2010 maybe.
Mm-hmm.
It was just a note from like youth camp or something like that. So I love writing letters, reading them, receiving them. I do think I'm a bit of an old soul.
Mm-hmm.
It is what it is. I love being alone as well. I mean, even though I work in an industry that requires you to be outgoing and, social and whatnot, I really love being at home, curled up on my bed and unashamedly watching Netflix. Um, I also love journaling. So for me, it's a ritual, it's a spiritual discipline. Every single day, I do my morning pages, which is a discipline I learned from this author who wrote this amazing book about, living a creative life. So I religiously do my morning pages in the morning, which is 3 pages of just writing whatever I feel, think, expect from the day. And it's really helped me reframe um, just how I view the world, and that's been wonderful. And then the other question was, who am I? Gosh, that's such a hard question to answer because I think my identity lies in three things outside of Christ, obviously, well, within Christ, rather. I love, I serve, and I create. And
Mm-hmm.
that's where my identity essentially comes from. So whatever that looks like, that's where you find me.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just how I've grown to describe myself in this current season. And I think that's the best way I can answer that without going on and on and on and on.
No, the point of this is where you can go on and on and on and on, and like no limits, no nothing, like no restrictions.
Yeah, yeah.
I love, I serve, and I create. I think that is so. That's one of the most beautiful things I've heard, like on these episodes. Like that is so. That is so wholesome, and that's so.
Man,
And the fact that it's rooted in Christ as well, like it can help other young people as well who are trying to like figure out like what do I do? What do I do with my life? And just hearing that from you, like
precisely.
you're so amazing. Like I'm just like,
Oh,
yeah.
praise be to God.
Like honestly, you're such an amazing person. And it's like so obvious in everything that you do. Like it comes out, like all the things that are inside of you just comes out naturally, and it just comes out with so much ease. And I'm just like, you could talk all day and I would just be, this conversation could go on for 2 hours and I'll still upload it. Like we have, like I purchased the Zoom one. So Zoom one means I have like unlimited hours on Zoom. So it's not going to be that 40 minutes that says, you can't do this, you can't do that. No, we have so much time. We have so much time. We can talk forever. I think that's beautiful. I think that's so beautiful. Like, you're a beautiful person inside and out. But,
Oh
like,
gosh. Glory be to God if that is true. Thank you. Thank
no,
you.
you're welcome. You're welcome. Um, so on top of that, like, do you aspire to do anything else from fashion besides fashion? That makes sense. Yeah, I think.
Mm.
Yeah, besides fashion.
Um, I That's a good question because I am in a season where I'm 26 now,
Mhm.
and I'm like, okay, so what next? And I wonder, I love fashion, I love clothes, and I love what I do. But I think when I look at my life in the next 5 to 10 years, I want to be more involved in social impact. So how do we effectively use fashion as a tool for social change and empowering communities, starting with the impoverished girl child? So that's where I see my journey evolving into. So that looks like working with bodies like the UN, obviously,
That's literally
UN,
what I was
UNESCO.
thinking. I was like, she's gonna say UN. I was like thinking about the United Nations. I was like, that was the only thing that came into my mind when you said that.
Wow. So that's definitely where I see myself, because I asked the Lord early on this year, January, December, or last year, and I was like, so what now? Like, where's this going? And I
Mm,
kept on getting that. I mean, you know, when you read the word and certain things jump at you, but for me, it was also spoken out loud, where it
mm,
be with people like mentors, where it was always fight for the or defend the cause of the widowed and the orphaned,
mm,
constantly revealed to me, repeated to me, until I was like, okay, I've heard, so let's do it, let's make it happen.
mm,
So that's a space I'm in, where I'm like, everything I do has to point to Christ and then defend the cause of the widowed and the orphaned. And I
mm.
think that's where I see my journey going to, but through fashion, because I've seen it happen and I want to continue on that path.
Okay,
But I
okay.
also want to, unashamedly, I'm going to put it out there, because, you know, you asked, what else do I aspire to be? I aspire to be a mom one day, you know? I am a
I was
homemaker.
also thinking, not even gonna lie, I was thinking about the same thing for you. I was
Really?
like, she's gonna be like an amazing mother. Like God is just
Also,
speaking.
I
Like
hope
all I
so.
could think
I
about was
mean,
mother.
I love love, and I have this intense desire to be a homemaker. So that's where I also see my life going.
Mhm.
So
Yes.
yeah, I mean, that's a true desire, and you know, in the right time it will happen.
Like it's so funny. Like I genuinely was thinking about mother. Like that's all I could think about when you were
Hmm.
talking. That's all I could think
Anyway.
about. I was like, one day,
Uh-uh.
one day,
Mhm.
one day, very
Definitely
soon,
wanted.
very soon. Like
Hey, not soon. I'm yeah, some time later. Materi chakuti koko.
okay, 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 okay. Later on, later.
Yeah, there we go.
Um, later, later, but soon.
Oh
That
Lord.
like that's like 4 years from now. I
Darn,
just
yeah, that's close.
yeah, that's so that's soon.
That is soon.
Yeah, but it's later anyway. But hey, man,
We
um,
digress.
we digress, guys. But yeah, I think that is so. What is like? I'm kind of speechless with everything you're talking about, because everything you're talking about is just like so like it's just filling my soul. You know, when you're just talking to someone and you're just like, I'm just
Wow.
full right now. Like it's not like I was on E, like it's not like I was on
Yeah,
empty.
of
But then
course.
yeah, it's just wholesome, and it's just like this
Amen.
is just some people want to have money. Like I personally want to have money. Like what you have, what your vision is. Like the vision that I have is like making lots of money. Like, of course, I want to help people. I want to talk to people. Interior designing, that business is gonna come out soon. When I don't know. Um, I'm gonna have like a production company. When is it gonna come? I don't know.
It'll
Like all of
happen.
these things, but like the things that you're talking about, like they're so rooted in like helping people first. They're
Mhm,
rooted in how you can
mhm,
make an impact first. And I think that's something we should always be looking at. Like, God, how am I going to make impact with everything that I do? How am I going to impact like some, excuse me, the widow, the orphan, like how the girl child, like the African girl child,
yeah,
like how am I going to impact that person in what I'm doing? So
of
I think
course.
that's amazing in like in just like what you're talking about. Like it just is. So like I feel full. Like I'm just like, oh, this is
Amen.
just like I feel like I'm just warm and just cozy. And I'm just
Well,
like anyway. Um
what about Kuzu?
I mean um oh, so I usually ask people this question, but it has nothing to do with you. It has not, it's something to do with me now. We just flip the script. We're just gonna
Which
flip
is
the script right now.
important.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have any questions for me? We're not at the end of this conversation yet because I still have so many questions I want to ask you. But I feel like let's just flip the script right now in the middle of this conversation. Do you have any questions for me that you have that you're like, Shami, like I just want to know, we haven't talked in a while. Let me like ask away as many as you have.
Hmm. Okay, that's a good question. Um, I'm actually thinking about this one. Not that I don't have the right words to say, but I want to make sure that I articulate well. But
Mm.
how's your heart?
How's my heart? Oh, why am I about to cry at that? Oh my gosh, that is so deep.
Let's
My
go there.
heart has been in a process of healing over the last year, if I'm being honest. Because like before I left them, I went through a breakup. And like that breakup really like was rough tough. And like a lot of stuff happened like afterwards, like that's crazy. We can talk about that later.
I'm
But
with you.
like um but then also a lot of stuff came up about like past stuff and um past traumas and past people that disappointed me and all these things, and I had to heal. And I've been going to therapy and all that stuff, and
Very
my heart is
important.
just, yeah, which is very important. If you don't go to therapy, if you can go to therapy, like do it, like it's
Yeah.
very important. um and it's just been through like a lot of healing, a lot of mending, like God's just been like sewing it back together. And I
Mm,
think
mm,
now like it's in a place where it's like good. Like
mhm,
I feel whole, I feel
mm.
healed, like I feel like I'm not focused on like guys or like relationship stuff.
Very
Like
important.
yeah, like even though it's something that I do desire, like at some point, like to get married and have children, all these things, like I'm more desiring to like finish this degree, build my businesses, and like check up on my friends and all these things. Like my heart is like it's like it was like going this way, now it's like this way, like, and it's in a more better, healthier space. So my heart
Okay.
says it was on a very hard journey of healing, but it's good. Like it's getting better every single day. So
Yeah, I could sense it. I could sense it, but I'm happy that you're in that space.
mm,
And we'll keep praying that you continuously heal. And I'm happy that you've put in place the tools to heal. You're not just like, oh, I'm gonna get better with time. Nah,
yeah.
you have to be intentional about it, healing your heart, protecting it, guarding it, and just taking care of yourself. Like it's literally that
Mm,
simple. So I'm
mm,
happy, you're doing that. And oh, you might have to cut the next 2 seconds out, but let me text you.
okay.
Um,
Like the McFlurry just tastes like normal ice cream to me.
well, I think it's a combination. It's true. It could be like a normal ice cream sundae, but I just think it's a fancy name for it.
For it.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. Wait, do you have any other questions that you want to ask me before we
Yeah. Second thing is what happens after graduation.
so I was actually talking to one of my friends about this. So after graduation, I'm gonna do my master's. Um,
Okay. Immediately.
yeah, so I start in September for
Oh,
my
you're
master's.
not slowing down, babes.
Nope. No, we're not. And then I want to build my other businesses. Like after my master's, like I want to build my other businesses. Of course, there's looking for jobs and all that stuff, but
Yeah.
mm, yeah, I want to build my other businesses. So Princess
Okay.
Shine Your Light, Princess Media, and Sassy
Mhm.
Styling, which will be interior designing. So
Mm, okay.
yeah,
Let's go for it.
yeah.
Happy to help if ever you need anything.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I think my last question is, what are you hoping to achieve in 2023? So this could be in all areas of your life, like, or you can choose one.
Okay. Um, so one thing I've been doing religiously again this year, I might gonna girl, I might gonna post about this one. I think I realized I've like 6 journals that I use every week, different
For different
journals,
things. I love that.
for
That's me.
right? And one of my favorite is obviously my dream journal, and
Mm,
in it I was so intentional about what this year would hopefully look like, God willing. And I'll probably mention maybe the top three. So emotionally or on a personal level, I do want to continue healing. Not that like anything mad terrible happened to me, but like you're saying, therapy is important.
mm,
So I just want to stay taking care of myself and my heart. And the word says, guard your heart for all things of life, flow from it. So I want to be more intentional about it this year because I realized just how my heart determines a lot of the things I do. Um, Secondly, career wise, which is obviously the biggest, is to reestablish TP the site,
Mhm.
relaunch the other custom, or not relaunch the brand, but relaunch. I keep saying relaunch, but launch the custom made brand of
Mhm.
TP, um, and then start working in the or walking in the path of social impact. So, be it an internship or just an online course on sustainable development. I need to do
Mhm.
that this year. And then, thirdly, I think become a better person to
Mhm.
obviously start, first of all, to myself, but even more so to my friends and my family. I think last year taught me just how blessed I am to have those people in my life. I absolutely love my friends. I've been blessed with I know God's favorites, truly,
Yeah.
because they've been there for me in such incredible
Mhm.
ways. So I want to be a better person to them as well. You know, better sister, better friend, um, and just show up for them the same way that they showed up for me. So those are some of my top three goals. Obviously, there are plenty. Yeah, I wanna be consistent with the gym. I wanna learn how to play an instrument, take a cooking class, yada yada yada. But those are the three most important.
What instrument?
The piano.
Okay. Did you learn how to play that before or?
No, but I've always listened to instrumentals. I love what's his name? The one from, oh my gosh, I know him. I think he's Italian. Ludovico some.
I don't know who that one.
And the guy from Japan. Oh my gosh, but I love to listen to piano instrumentals. They really calm me, especially in the morning before I journal. I just boost up.
Instrument was the best, especially in the morning.
Oh, they're so beautiful. I'm like, oh my gosh, I love this for us. So yeah, that's what I think it's just a bucket list thing. And
Mm-hmm.
I think I can stop pretending that I can play the piano when I can actually play. Yeah. How about you?
What am I hoping to achieve in 2023? Well,
Yeah.
graduate. That's
Yeah.
one.
Mm-hmm.
Losing weight. That's one. Another one.
Becoming healthy.
Becoming healthy. Yes, becoming
Yeah.
healthy. Like I can
Mm-hmm.
just use 5K. I think if I lose 5 kgs, I'll actually be fine. If I think I'll be fine. Like I actually
Yeah.
like certain parts of my body. Like there's certain parts of my body. I'm just like, you look good, and I'm just like,
So
yeah,
stay like
you
that,
do.
you know?
Yeah, like you don't, you know. I also I want to see a goal that I have in a prayer that I had this year was like, God, I want to see more of my friends because we're all like since 2020, like we were all scattered around the world and we weren't able to see each other and all that stuff, and I really miss
Mm-hmm.
my friends. So I want to
Mm-hmm.
see my friends more, and I want to travel. A goal that I have this year is like I
There we
want to
go.
travel, and like with Shine Your Light, like I just I wanted to go global. Like I want to reach millions of people. Like that's one thing
There,
God was just putting on my heart, like to reach millions of
yeah.
people and to not like um go small, but to like dream big. And sorry, I'm
Yeah.
playing with sticky stuff. I've been playing with sticky stuff this whole time. Sorry.
You're
Sorry.
allowed. You're allowed. It's a safe space. Don't worry, I ain't judging you.
Thank you. Thank you. Um and I just want to get closer to God. Like I just really it's not like I'm not close to him, but I want to continue my relationship with God and
Yes.
for for me to see the manifestation of the Holy Spirit in my life in so many ways and to like be able to testify about his goodness and graciousness. Like it's not like he hasn't been good to me, he has. It's not like he hasn't been gracious to me, he has. But I just want to see like bigger things and more and all of these things.
Of
So
course. And you will.
yeah, amen.
Amen.
Anything else? My goals are behind me. So they're like, oh, I want to learn to cook more. Like I've been cooking and I've actually been enjoying it. Like I used to not like cooking,
Yeah.
but I've been wanting to cook more.
Yeah.
Learn different cultures of cooking, like
Yeah.
and all that stuff. Maybe I'll learn how to cook salsa. I don't know how to cook salsa, guys.
Please, babes. You have to learn how to cook salsa. Haibo, remungare you plus the top three. Okay? Let's get
Okay.
it done.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, I'll learn how to. I'll ask my sister to teach me.
Yeah.
Um, and I really want to get merchandise for Shania Light. Like I have a whole vision. Like I want like wait, no, I'm not gonna say it right now, but I have a whole vision of what I want the photo shoot to look like, what I want the like everything shipping. I need to like figure out how that's gonna work because my majority of my people are from Zimbabwe. And I'm just like, okay, how's that gonna work? Because
Mm,
shipping and
mm,
some can be a bit tricky and all that stuff. Like it's easier if you're in the
mm,
UK, but like, so how's that gonna
mm,
work? So,
mm.
but I have my website already. Like people can order like freely, like it's fine. But it's just a matter of getting it to them. So
Yeah.
yeah, um,
Okay.
yeah, that's
Okay.
me.
Well, I will definitely pray around those things,
Thank
and
you.
we will keep encouraging one another as the year goes by.
Amen. Sharon,
Amen.
I just want to say thank you so much for this interview. This was fun. Um,
No,
like
pleasure's all mine.
I feel very
Yeah.
like full and I feel very like energized after this
Praise
conversation.
be to God.
and and any last words before we finish this off?
um, I would say thank you for allowing me to have a conversation. Um, that always forces you to self introspect. And I think you chose Shine Your Light. It's a very appropriate name for what you're doing because you truly are a light that's shining. And I would just say keep going. And he who started that good work, he will see it unto fruition. And yeah, girl, I wish you the best. And to anyone who's watching this, if they're gonna watch it, thank you for watching and making it to the end of this. May your dreams come true as well as you figure out what your life, what the best version of a life will look like. So I think those are my parting remarks.
Thank you so much for being here, Sharon. Here, Shine Your Light. We give you permission to shine, so go ahead and shine. Bye, guys.